wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys and the love of Frozen 1. So thank you.
Peter Delvecco, our producer, was visiting Korea to meet with artists, and everyone was asking those same questions. And he came home and he told us this, and we said it's a sign we should stay in the Frozen world, and it's because of you. So thank you.
뭐 5살짜리 딸을 키우는 아빠로서 지난 요 몇 년간 그 겨울왕국을 수십 번을 봤어요. 돌아오는 차 안에서 계속 그 인투 디 언노운을 방금 봤는데 돌아오는 차에서 보면서 아 어마어마한 위력이구나 이 영화에.
The challenge with the Knock, the water horse, was that he's made of water, but he also, when he's above water, it's a little easier, but then he goes underwater. So then you have water in water. And how do you what do you do? How do you make that look right? And so, they just did a beautiful job, creating that. And there was a lot of back and forth between character animators and effects animators. And they would share the scenes and they would keep going back and forth until they got it right.
We looked at Frozen 1 and, it really tackled fear versus love. In the eyes of being different, and everyone's accepted at the end, and it feels like a happily ever after. But as we say, that doesn't help those of us who wake up the next day and something changes. And we were nervous because we knew it would be taking them to places that would be unfamiliar. We'd be making some bold choices for them, but they seemed very much up for it. In fact, the characters we keep saying kept telling us that they were capable of a lot more than we knew.
레일 꼴른가는 게 나올까 그런 얘기를 되게 많이 했는데 저는 오히려 좀 영화를 봤을 때는 약간 그런 뭔가 생각을 한 내 자신이 좀 약간 부끄러울 정도 좀 전체적인 어떤 이 영화의 맥락과 뭐 그 흐름 같은 것들이 되게 중요하게 그렇게 만드신 것 같아서 되게 좋았어요.
But we worked with Bobby and Kristen Lopez again, our songwriters from the first. Second act is where you can go deeper with the emotions. Of course, we still have a lot of fun with the songs too, but we have some very, very strong emotional songs in this one too. So, and that's it. And I think the other thing to your point, I think, is that I think Frozen 2, we're finding that so many people have different favorites. There isn't one favorite anymore, and I love that. I think that it speaks to people on many different levels, and I think that's terrific.
We think of them as a family, and even not just Anna and Elsa, but all of them. Most people realize, but we never quite said, is, he was born out of the love of these two sisters. He represents the innocent love they had as children. When Elsa creates that, it's in the memory of the last moments of her happiness, and so he's imbued with that. So he's a little bit of Anna and a little bit of Elsa, and that joy and that playfulness they have, and so I think it bonds them even more. And then I don't know if you want to talk about Kristoff instead, the additions to the family. I just heard about that though, that you just finished when we were coming here.
Jen's daughter.
And my daughter just took what in the States is called the SATs. That's our equivalent test. She just took that too, so she's in the same place with all these same questions. And so we loved the idea that in Frozen 2 we could explore sort of we get it, there's a lot going on, you can get through it, you can persevere, and here's a few maybe coping tips from...
김치.